Hello guys, hope everyone's having a great day. This is Crypto Charts Joe, and you can also find me, and that may have been how you found me to begin with, over on Twitter at Crypto Charts Joe. And we also have a Patreon site. And starting today, we're looking at doing possibly a video a day, classical technical analysis video. That's what we specialize in. And full disclosure, let me go ahead and get that out of the way. I've been in THETA since, probably mid 2019, mid to late 2019. So, been here a long time, following a long time. And quite frankly, even though, I'm, push the, technical analysis, the charts, how to scale in, how to scale out, et cetera, et cetera. The fundamentals is what blew me away and continues to blow me away, and the team, and of course the tech regarding THETA and THETA-FUEL. So I thought I would just pick a niche market, that being THETA and THETA-FUEL, because I think they're going to be the power horses in the future of cryptos. And even if you go back in time and pull up websites that track the top 10 coins in crypto for the last 5, 6, 7 years, basically has been Bitcoin at the top. Bitcoin's obviously been in the in the top 10 since they started tracking that sort of thing, market cap, etc. But the rest of the coins, until the last 2-3 years, a lot of those coins I've never heard of, and I don't even know if they're still around. So things flip-flop, different market caps take out other coins. So I believe at some point in time, not financial advice, just financial opinion, but we'll actually be in the top 5, maybe top 3, and 99% of that I contribute to the fundamentals and the team and the partnerships behind THETA and THETA-FUEL, obviously. But let's go ahead and get going today. Right now, the first thing that we notice whenever we pull up a chart is where price action is in relationship to the 20, and on this chart it's the red line. And the reason why I use just a simple daily moving averages, the 20 up here and the 200 down here, they're the most important moving averages on the chart for how we scale in, scale out, and keep the most profits as we can. And so we keep the chart very streamlined. When I go over these, from day to day, go over these charts on THETA, THETA-FUEL, you'll notice that they're always very clean. You don't need 1,000 indicators on here to tell you what to do. Matter of fact, a lot of them are comorbid, and they're basically telling the same thing, just redundancy. And you don't need that. You just need to know where the breakouts are, where the consolidation is, and where the breakdown is. Okay, because it's only going to be going one of 3 ways. It's going to be going up, it's going to be consolidating sideways, it's going to be going down. I mean, this is not rocket science. And Wall Street tries to make it like it's rocket science. A lot of people on Twitter make it a lot more difficult than it has to be. And a person that's able to explain something that's relatively complicated, be able to explain it in very easy to learn, easy to understand terms in a short period of time, that person has to be highly knowledgeable in that particular subject. And I think that's what you'll find here with us. So here we go. We looking at the 20. We're just now today, hopefully, and the reason why I say hopefully, anything can happen in crypto or even in the stock market. We still have a little over 5 hours to go for this daily, let me close all this out, for this daily candle to close, okay? So anything happening in 5 hours, we could be up at $15 in 5 hours, or we could be down here at, $2.50, in 5 hours. But, we're, realistically, we're looking at closing over the 20 today, okay? And this is important, closing over this consolidation zone, okay? And the reason why that is important is that once a coin or stock, any type of asset consolidates over a period of time and then either breaks out or breaks down, high percentage of the time you have a continuation in that market trend. Okay, so we should get a continuation, maybe not straight up tomorrow, but we should see pressure to the upside should we be able to get that close up and out of this zone and over the 20. So there's two factors. And then number 3, which is really near term, the toughest one to do, we have this very strong resistance line here, that red dashed line. Whenever you see a red dashed line on my chart, that's resistance. You can do whatever color you want. Blue is support, and then so on and so forth. But anyway, today we're looking at this real strong resistance. As you see here, it was support here. We got under it, so it was a wall of resistance for a number of days, got on top of it, wall of support for a number of days, closed on it, wicked under it, then closed under it, and then have not been able to get a candle daily close up and over that area at 11. Let's just call it 1180 for even round numbers. And now we've, of course, wicked over it, but always sold off and came down under it. So that's a very reliable, valid line of resistance that we must get back up and over in order to continue the party to the upside, okay? But for those, that are going, oh my goodness, anything that I would come back down here. Well, so long as we hold this long-term uptrend line, okay? Here we wicked under it, hit it several times here, wicked under it. So long as we close daily candles, and preferably weekly candles, so on and so forth, over this long-term uptrend line, we're safe, we're bullish, we're good to go, okay? Even though we were a little nervous here as we came down under the 20, you really don't want to be trading under 20, okay? Kind of takes some of the wind out of the sails. And then on the 50, this is the green line, just on my chart. You can do whatever color you want. The reason why I use, again, a simple moving average is because you can get those on all the free charts, okay? And there's not that big of a difference between the exponential and the simple when you get right down to it. Yeah, it's a little bit faster. You can see, it shows price action a little bit faster, so on and so forth. But it's, for what we're trying to do and how we're trying to help people, it's not going to make that big of a difference. And the reason why I bring up the 50 is this very critical. Day by day, Wall Street is getting more and more into cryptocurrencies, trading, Bitcoin, what have you. And what they're bringing with them, of course, is their trading style. Has been around forever. And one of the tricks is that once an asset gets under the 50, then they start scaling out, getting out of it, because that's very bearish, okay? And as you can see, we've been under the 50 for a few days, and then, we got back up into that zone. And I just saw something here. I'm going to point out to you a little trick, too, is that we have what's called a bow tie forming, okay? And what that is, it could be any moving average. The 20 crossing down under the 50 crossing up and over the 20, or the 100 coming down into the 200 like this, or vice, or any two moving averages, as you can see here, that are meeting together. And as you can see over on this side, the 20, the red, as you can see, is 11.25, and we're just a few cents behind it on the 50. Okay, now it's good that the 20 is higher, because you want the 20 obviously above the 50 to keep things relatively, bullish near term. But what I'm getting at, again, high percentage of the time when you see these moving averages coming together as close as they are, if the price is on top, it works as a very strong support, okay? If price is on the bottom, if we were down here and we were trying to come up, into the 50 and the 20 that are meeting now, or any moving averages, two that are meeting together, crossing, then that's very strong resistance. And what happens is that if it's resistance, you got to come back down, trade for a few days, let those moving averages separate a minute, and then you can push through. So I'll say all that to say this, that, it's pretty strong today that we're over that bow tie, okay? Because we should have great support here near term as these moving averages figure their way, apart from one another, okay? So that's just, something to watch out for down the road if you see that going on. So let me go ahead and take that off. Now the 100, we did, come down close to it, never hit it. So really it was it wasn't a moving average that kind of helped us bounce here. It was really just long-term uptrend line going back to December of last year, okay? And the longer the trend line, the more hits, the better that you are. Now, another little secret with THETA and THETA is that the longer they are in a sideways consolidation, the stronger the market accumulation, the stronger the price action. Now, the reason why it melted down here, because the old crypto market melted down. We should have already, if the market had been a little bit stronger during this time, you can take this downtrend and flip it up, and we'd already be, into the 20s, okay, which we should be as soon as we break 14 here. But what I'm also want to show is that, sideways consolidation is good. Whenever you see this, know that price is going to blow up either to the upside or fall hard to the downside, and you just have to be patient. This is the worst part, okay? This is where people get frustrated. They want to be multimillionaires overnight. A lot of times it takes several years, okay? Even in crypto, unless you already have money to invest, starting out with little to no money, it's going to take a number of years to build your bags up in order to claim that you're a millionaire, multimillionaire. A little bit of luck has to do with it, but a lot of people have gotten lucky on THETA, let me tell you. And it's taken less than a few years, but there's some that are have recently just gotten in, so it's going to take a little bit longer. But let's get back to reality here. See the sideways consolidation. That's how THETA's become a beast. Is that it trades sideways. It doesn't care about timelines, as far as, we got to, be at this price at a certain date and time. It just takes its time, trading sideways, and then it breaks out and runs. Breaks out and runs, okay? And then let's go to THETA. As you can see, we're back into this price channel. Yeah, we dropped out for a minute because the whole market was tanking. And then I think that this was the one that we hit the 100. Yeah, we hit the 100, bounced off that. Of course, you could draw a trend line down here up as well. But also I wanted to point out, there's about 6 months of sideways consolidation there. Let's clean up this chart. So even having one extra, moving average on there drives me crazy. And then you had all this, consolidation down here. Actually, when the bull market started, for crypto, here in the middle of March. So we already been in a bull market for a year, so we probably still have another, year or so to go. So that's why you got to make hay while the sun shines, okay? You got to be able to, all this is dependent on your mindset. You'd be surprised how strong your mind is, whether to kill you or to save you, okay? And FOMOing in and out, and chasing coins. Okay, we're in THETA, and I'm tired of waiting for it, to break out of this sideways consolidation zone. Like, this is a good example. So I'm going to run over here, to XYZ, altcoin, and then 9 times out of 10 you run over there at XYZ, and guess what? The one you were in starts blowing up. Okay, first of all, if you have good fundamentals, and like I gave a disclosure at the start, I'm 99%, classical technical analysis, working the charts, et cetera, et cetera. But what gives myself and down the road, as you learn this stuff, you an extra advantage in any business and any type of competition. This is a very very competitive environment. You got to have a huge advantage that you can slaughter the competition with. And the fundamentals here, the team, et cetera, et cetera. And there's other coins out there. Don't get me wrong. THETA is not the be all, end all. No coin is the end all, be all, okay? But I'm just using THETA right now because that's the one I'm going to be working with, here, possibly daily. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. But if you have the fundamentals behind you and then a little bit of chart knowledge, then yeah, again, not financial advice, but, you can get, huge life-changing, profits, whatever you want to call it, from these type of coins, okay? But you got to get the fundamentals first. You got to make sure this thing's going to be around a minute, and, is going to potentially be worth the time, effort, and the investment that you put into it, okay? Now, I've rattled on a lot longer than I will be, in the upcoming videos, but I kind of want to give you, give you an introduction of what we're going to be doing and looking at, and then hopefully you'll give us a follow on, on Twitter, Crypto Charts Joe, and then, eventually take a look at our Patreon site. But okay, guys, as always, thank you so much for, continuing with us, and we will see you on the charts.